Velociraptor grand final between Infused and Epsilon. Arx and Beta bringing it to you. Boomeh doing the streaming for you as well. So it's going to be Arx running you to middle on Badlands.
Okay, so the demo men just arriving in now. Round one, here we go. Demo men, opting different directions there. One on the balcony, one coming out of the house. Soldiers jumping in over onto the train, that's KnOxXx. Mike went up to greet him, and actually there's a bit of a trade-off there. Mike loses that battle. Epsilon getting a lot of damage on. The demo's also in a lot of trouble now. Numlocked underneath the bridge gets taken down by wltrs, and is anyone going to chase that medic? No, it doesn't look like anyone is going for him right now, but Epsilon taking this midpoint, and well, they need to start actually capping it.
I thought that was a sort of like more of a defensive strategy from Epsi then. They seem to stay around. They almost like waited for Mike.
It very well could have been. They might have read the situation and thought, hang on, he's the big threat. We'll wait for that jumping soldier, deal with him, and then we'll just push forward and clean up. Or just they could, trying to keep their health up, keep the overheal on as long as possible. Just do a bit of long-range damage pot-shotting. Oh, we do have Numlocked and dunc pushing up towards his choke. Numlocked's pushed forward. Dunc never followed him. Now he's popped his Uber. And they are coming in. Counter Uber's been popped, and now surely dunc and his demo man there are going to retreat. But meanwhile, there is a little scout battle happening over by the in the valley. JoeyC takes, well, who took down who? There we go. Epsilon have both taken down the Infused scout. And that's going to leave it open for a flank. Infused, they're going to be a bit fearing here.
Yeah, Infused have already gone back inside, Arx. They've actually gone back inside straight away. So you're right, because they lost both scouts, they didn't really have a choice because they would have probably got surrounded. They have captured that spy straight away. But most importantly, dunc's still building that Uber, 70%. So he didn't go down, and that's exactly why you wanted him to fall back. Infused running Pyro already. There's a Pyro, that's Fishu, sitting up top just by the battlement's sort of top right entrance. As he says that, I bet he's going to go back and change. He's gone back to scout, that's great. Probably stopping any like quick pushes. But Epsi building that Uber just as quick, and it's up now, so they're ready to move in. Let's just see where they go, and it looks like they're going to try for main entrance, just on the bottom, just taunting, see if they can get that pickaxe, and they're going to come through. Soldier goes flying onto the point, that's going to bait a few players down. No stickers come in to protect him though, the time on point, the scout gets taken down. Uber's triggered by dunc, and it's now Epsi's turn to come back in with that Uber, and in the end, Gear came behind and just finished off the remaining team, but they just held on to that Uber longer, Arx.
No, it was that initial soldier that jumped in, got shot up inside the point, and he was just firing rockets down. Only one scout was dealing with him, and he got a lot of time just being there in the first place. But then he killed the scout, fell back down, got so much time on the point, and then both scouts just saw the opportunity when the Infused combo moved away from the point, and both just ran towards it and capped it. Anyway, round two, mid-fights in progress. We do have Epsilon again playing a bit defensively. There goes Soldier jumping. He's found the demo man, but didn't manage to really connect with him too much. Extreme getting bounced around like crazy there. But Epsilon keeping a few of their players alive. They need to keep their medic alive here. The two scouts push very aggressively onto him, take him down, and we've got KnOxXx and schocky trying to do what they can. But now that Hat's joining the party, it looks like Epsilon are only going to end up with that one scout retreating all the way back to his second.
Yeah, well played Hat there, protected dunc just in that house as Gear came flying over. We didn't really see Mike do anything too special that time. Of course, everyone's looking out for him now. But it is the turn of Infused to take this middle point. 26 remaining, so we're still relatively early days. Pretty fast at the moment. And it looks like they're ready to push house already, Arx. They've already got their Uber up and ready, and they've gone through already. Quick
mention that wltrs is running a sniper, and he is sitting on the balcony, and that's an awkward one. But he does get taken down. Numlocked gets a nice sticky shot on him, combined with Mike. So the sniper's down, but the Uber has been popped, and Epsilon still 65%. It looks like they're going to come out and contest this, but Soldiers jump round from the side, bounce the medic. He actually managed to take down Hat there, but no, sorry, it was Hat who jumped round, but he got eliminated, and F2 went down. So the Epsilon medic getting taken down by the soldier there.
Yeah, that could be interesting to see how it pans out. Let's just see if maybe Epsi try and push. They're going to have to push, try and get that medic down. Both soldiers come bombing in. Dunc's managed to jump around at the moment. So weak. Scout comes in and finishes them off. That's probably what... Well, that's not probably. That's exactly what they wanted. And now Epsi are getting that time on point. It's going to be Numlocked just trying to sit on that point, protect it. Extremer goes down in the end. I was going to say it's going to be Numlocked versus Extremer, but Extremer sort of got done by the scout in the end, so never mind. And now Infused getting time on that Spire. It's a scout and demo up there straight away. Sticky's coming in, trying to lock in Epsi, and they're going to just sit around Arx and wait for Infused to try and have a push.
It was actually a really nice push. They got the medic down, so they completely equalised that side of things. And they killed enough players so that Infused couldn't just walk to their last. Now, fair enough, Infused did get the Spire, but they had an uber advantage anyway, and I like the fact that Epsilon took the fight to them, pushed into middle, and well, did enough. They only lost that one capture point, and put things on square with their ubers.
Yeah, pretty much, Arx. They're going to be really, really rough this game. Obviously, we won't expect Epsi to push out at the moment. Let's just see where Infused are currently sitting there, opting to sit outside. I've just flown over there just to see where they are. They're just coming in now. Stickies were checked for. There's no Stickies. Stickies just on that main entrance, of course, they'll be called as well.
They're on 2 snipers at the moment, both standing on each side of the door, which is okay because they're staying in the spawn. There you go, Uber's been popped. They're both going to swap any second. Well, actually, wltrs waited for a shot first. Scout is sitting on the point, though. And actually, KnOxXx was lucky to get down there in time, but that demo man's still alive, so they've got to be careful, because if he can get his stickies reloaded, he's going to just fire them in and maybe lock some people there. Actually, Numlocked's reasonably weak there, and it looks like Epsilon are controlling this quite well. They've got a lot of their players still alive. Infused, however, they've just fallen back out, and it looks like they'll try and recycle this push.
Yeah, they are going to recycle, just build that Uber back up again. Sniper of wltrs still running that top right corner, slightly more aggressive this time, going for a pick on the middle. Takes a big shot out of Hat. Lucky he was overhealed there. Maybe if that was a heady, it would have done a little bit more damage, and maybe if not, finished him off. Uber's right about the same. Probably the Infused think they have an advantage, so they come in straight away. They do have a slight advantage. Medic's going to fall back, just back to that corner. Simon point the scout. Uber needs to be taken off him. Scout and soldier on there at the moment. The Uber combo of Epsi come down and block it. Vital in the end, but dunc and the Infused team blocked into that corner at the moment, and they're going to have to come out, Arx, and have another go.
Yeah, that's it. The medic's now running in on the point, and actually Hat does manage to take enough players down so that he can get that final couple of milliseconds on the point to take that round. And you were perfectly right. When that scout ran on the point, he could have had that fight a lot earlier, but the Uber just wasn't taken off of him. And Infused a bit lucky to get away with that. But that squares things up. We are going on to round 3, 1 apiece. Both teams look like they are opting for a valley push here. We do have Extremis sitting in the window. Numlocked going for an aggressive jump onto the point, but he takes a pill on the way up there. Nearly took a roller as well. But actually, where are the Epsilon team? They're all sitting around sort of around the closet entrance. They took a while to get in, and they lost 2 of their players in that little downtime. And they are all grouped together. Medic goes down. Excellent work by Tompa there. Also takes down the demo man. And there is just one soldier, and Tompa, well, still alive on almost no health. Does pick up a health pack. And well, it looks like Infused, for the time being, going to be putting some time on this point.
Yeah, Schocky actually was one of the early deaths, so he isn't going to go and contest. Mike finishing the job and helping capture that middle point, allowing the Infused players to get that front spawn as well. They probably know they're not going to have any real advantage, so I wouldn't expect anything. But have I just seen crits? No, yeah, I did, yeah. So Infused are running crits. I've just noticed that. I was wondering. I was just flying around. I thought that was building really quick. So Dunk's at 60% already. The Infused advantage will probably be about 25% at the end of it. Not much, but let's just see if a top level team can make the most of it. Well, you always say crits, you need to push early, and here we go.
Medic is in a very vulnerable position. Soldier just jumped up to having a look to see where he was. Sticky, long range Sticky's gone across, but hasn't managed to connect. Oh, beautiful Sticky by Numlocked. Through the little gap in the spire, takes down the medic as he was running over near the side door. That was an amazing shot. I don't know about you, but I had an awesome angle to see that. So F2 goes down, no Uber there, but at the moment the rest of the Epsilon team, they are trying to spam and do what they can. Mike goes down in exchange for KnOxXx. It does look like Infused are going to be getting up on this spire, but a soldier is jumping out to try and equalise things and take that medic down. The back cap over on middle of the 2 scouts. He might actually get this here. No, scout of JoeyC comes in and blocks it and takes him down, and Infused, whoa, this is just crazy.
Yeah, great play by Infused. MC looking a bit stretched at the moment. Few players down. They need to see if they can just regroup together back inside the inner area of their battlements. I thought that someone was going to try and come out and greet them again, but dunc does have that crits up and ready to go again. Let's just see if they use it as effective as this time. It was a great stick for Numlocked. Crits have been triggered. They're coming up top, but no one's sitting there. They're all sitting on the battlements. Mike comes in and finishes off gear. Let's just see where the FC team have opted to sit. They've stepped right back. Nox goes down as well. F2's really isolated, goes down as well. Surely Infused round, and it's going to be a round for Infused. Blimey, great play by Infused. Good choice of the crits.
I'm just laughing at that crit sticky. The Pyro blew the crit sticky twice, and it just rolled over onto KnOxXx, like his own teammate who was coming in behind them, and took him, and he detonated it completely blindly and randomly and just took him down. So it was hilarious. Anyway, Infused taking that third round. We are on to round 4. Jumping aggressively was Mike there, but he only managed to meet a scout. Epsilon are playing defensively, sitting in the house. Now Mike's dealt with. They have come out, so I think Beta did read that strategy right. And they've got a lot of players pushing on the point group together. There's one scout isolated over by the closet there. He does manage to kill a soldier, and now he's got a scout on him, dealing a lot of damage to that other scout as well. But finally, Tompa gets taken down. And Epsilon's turn to win middle. And, oh, both teams keeping their Uber.
Yep, Infused just sitting by those trash cans behind Spire at the moment. Obviously, they are running normal Uber again. Good play so far. Pretty fast gameplay. 18.5 minutes remaining. Score 2-1. So it's quite an even game as we would have expected of these two teams. And Epsi looking like they want to come through house. They are going to come through house. Who's just watching? So it's only the scout of JoeyC watching house at the moment. Would have been called now, so he would have seen the overheals. They seem a bit tentative at the moment, Arx.
Yeah, Infused just sitting there. The funny thing is that I've seen Infused push from this position a lot, and actually hold that thought, it does look like JoeyC does get taken down. He managed to take down wltrs? I was going to say they are pushing round to the flank. Infused read that and pushed all of their players through the house there. And it does look like Infused are going to be making their way over onto middle. Both Ubers have been popped. Both teams kind of wondering if they should stay in there. Hat, taking the initiative and jumping aggressively to allow the rest of his team to come in, but they're not really following him. Only the demo man's come in. Medic's now just joining him now, and does F2 trying to dodge these pipes as much as he can, going for some needles over on dunc, manages to take him down. And a couple more players for Infused jumping in over to the point. Demoman's really weak underneath. KnOxXx also really weak on top. And this is incredibly close. We do have Tompa as the only player alive, and he might actually go in for this mid fight. He is just coming into mid now, going into the house. There is a soldier in there. He gets 2 shots on him, takes him down, but, well, the close range rockets killed him in the process.
Good trade. Soldier for scout, eh?
Yeah, well, why not? Why not? That soldier's going to protect your medic from jumpers, and, well, that scout wasn't going to be doing anything else during that time.
Well, yeah, exactly. And he's faster, of course, and get back there quicker. So I thought Infused were going to come out and win that one, actually. It seemed in the end Epsi did enough. It was I think F2 maybe should have been taken down by Numlocked, but I'm not one to criticise. He got a couple of good pipes on him, very weak, but nevertheless, Epsi's turn now to come try and get back through this front door, building that Uber quickly. Both teams roughly the same 90%, so there'd be no advantage for either team. And they are coming through that front door, looking like they want to hang around, just go up that upper area. Epsi seem to favour this upper area for building, whereas we saw Infused building outside.
Yeah, it does work out. I mean, if you are in close quarters, your soldiers are going to dominate any scouts that come out there. As long as you've got players watching in each direction, then you're reasonably safe there, whereas outside, people can jump on you. There's a much wider area to flank. So, just waiting for this Epsilon push to come in. They do sit around that front door for quite a while, and I'm worried that they're losing their overheal before they Uber in. And actually, they did pause for a few seconds to get reloaded and maybe get that overheal back up again. In we go now. Soldier trying the same thing again to jump over onto point. Not so successful this time. Demo man, well, actually, crucially, they have it. The Uber scout comes in from the side. There were a few stickies there and just completely ninjas that. I think Infused thought that they weren't coming into the point. Like, as soon as that soldier had died, they thought, man, they're not coming in this round.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I also got distracted then. I was looking back at the Extremer, waiting for their push to come in with the medic, but it didn't happen. And in the end, it was a scout that came in. So here we go. This is round 5. wltrs and JoeyC, both scouts down straight away. Well, sorry, 1 for each. Mike goes down as well. Infused seem to be losing a few players at the moment, and Medic's going to be isolated. Dunc surely going to get taken down by Schocky. Yes, he is. And it's 6 men down. That's the first time we've seen that, Arx. And Epsi looking to carry this momentum and get that Spire as quickly as possible.
That was textbook perfect mid-fight from Epsilon there, and I'm not on about just because of the 6 players down. They literally all pushed across at the same angle, just so beautifully, moving as a single unit, just taking down 1 player at a time. Infused could do absolutely nothing to stop that. And now Epsilon with their Uber surely going to go in and use it as soon as possible. Pyro is waiting to block them. He's only blocking the medic and demo man. Soldier did jump in, and actually KnOxXx got taken down there. Pyro doing a great job here. Did waste that entire Uber, and Epsilon down to only 3 players left. Infused probably going to see this as an opportunity. They do have their scouts and a soldier pushing out as fast as they can, and with only 3 players alive, Infused surely going to try and take back this Spire now. They have got a scout up there, well, on his way up there. A soldier failing a rocket jump, scouts jump him. The problem is now they need to really get something done, either commit to this or start falling back, because the rest of the Epsilon players have got their spawns. A couple of players are already retreating. There's still the scout up on that point, and he might actually be able to get this Spire. Soldier jumps up, does take him down, but the Uber has been popped from Infused. They are pushing it outside now. They've got to be a bit careful of a back cap. But at the same time, are they going to make any progress here? Medic goes down. There is a demo man sitting up on the point. Soldiers jumped up to greet him as well. It looks like Infused might not manage to get this. Demo man's still up on the Spire. Finally gets taken down, and now there's only the 2 soldiers for Infused left, but it was a very valiant effort from them to try and retake that Spire, but it's not over yet. Soldiers up there. Jeez. Mike did try go up there, but I'm going to pass to you better.
Yeah, Infused still chucking players in at that Spire. It's so close. In the end, that was all after that Pyro wasted near enough all of the Epsi Uber just by the main entrance. Great play. I'm not sure who that was. Who was that? Was that JoeyC?
Yeah, the problem you've got now though is that Epsilon did have their Uber because the medic did go down trying to get that Spire. However, again, the Uber's not being too effective. Scout pushed out very aggressively onto them there. They do have a soldier above the point. Scout coming in over onto the medic. Also got quite a lot of time on the point considering he only just kissed it. And there is a soldier and medic up top for Epsilon dealing tons of damage. Scouts also come in. I do think that Epsilon are going to probably win this. Only Mike sitting on the point doing what he can, but Epsilon do manage to take that 5th round to take the score 3-2.
Yeah, great effort by Infused there to come all the way back from last. If they just got that Spire, we may be talking about something else right now. They didn't want to give it up though. They kept chucking players in, and in the end it's like one of those decisions. Do you chuck players out, or do you or chuck players in, or do you just fall back? Nevertheless, this is round 6 now. Let's just see if anyone tries anything different. It looks like it's Gear who's gone flying again, trying to get some pressure onto Infused at the back. Instrument taking down both Hat and JoeyC with his pipes. Great play there, and it's Epsi time on the point again. It looks like they're focusing down certain players again, Arx. This is a good play by them. But now Infused are coming in with Numlocked and dunc at the back, taking down Nox and Extremer by Tomper as well. And F2 goes down as well. So it's 6 players down for Epsi. What a turn of the tides there, Arx. Turn of the tides.
I'll tell you what happened there. The difference this time is that the Infused players, they were reasonably grouped up but still playing defensive. Now Mike came in through the closet, and that turned around both of the Epsilon scouts, and it kind of split them a little bit because they were looking the other direction. The rest of their team was moving forward a little bit, but it didn't really... They didn't have the firepower. They needed those scouts there, and then it was just a case of Infused coming in and cleaning up. So yeah, Infused winning that middle, going to be trying to make a push towards this Spire. I think they're a little worried about flank at the moment as one of their scouts has gone down, so they are just slowing things down, seeing if maybe they can clear out something over in the house. Soldier just escapes into the respawn there. But that does mean that one soldier is out of position. They maybe could use that opportunity to push forward. But I guess they just want to take it a bit slowly, and there's still plenty of time. 10 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock.
Yep, and they've still got plenty of time with their Uber advantage. Still 40% in there. Still need to start up now, needs applying the pressure a little bit. Let's just see if Epsi want to try and come out and contest this. There's scouts all over the point, scout coming up behind, and Uber was popped in the end. That must have been pressure on dunc, who's slightly isolated at the moment. Scout coming in on dunc, takes a big rocket to the face, and he's down. So that's 3 players down for Infused, and they're going to have to fall back straight away here if they want to get away with any players alive. and Epsi pushing forward quickly, Arx.
Yeah, Numlocked just sitting there. He's probably going to get taken down here. Nice shot from Extremer, just firing a sticky over the top. But Numlocked, very weak. Might have been able to retreat, but he was going for that entrance kill. And now Epsilon moving. They've got their 2 scouts on the point, so they're definitely going to cap this middle. Doesn't look like any soldiers are available to go in for a jump. And yeah, it didn't really work out for Infused.
Let's just see if they can make any like better sort of like headway with their Uber advantage, Arx, because we saw Infused did have about like 90% advantage, didn't really do much of it. Dunc is still building, so this is going to be about the same again. I assume that's Mike that's gone flying. He gets rocked up in the air. That's probably the worst jump I've ever seen him do. Now Epsi coming up on top. KnOxXx was Uber to get up there. 2 players down from Infused. Tompa really weak as well. And Epsi getting that spy relatively easy in the end. They did have that advantage. And Dunc finally gets his. And there's going to be a soldier coming on to point straight away. Sticky's coming as well. Soldier still up there, gets bounced around, is still there. And lucky to survive that one yet again, Arx.
Yeah, Infused, with regards to that spy, like losing the spy, they were pretty forced to, and I'm actually impressed with the vision of both of these teams here. Because Epsilon saw that Infused were outside the right, and they thought if we just Uber through that front door, we can cut them off, and Infused read that and fell back. But right now, Infused making a push out over on the side of Spire. Epsilon are very well poised for this though. Demoman's jump round, he's going to deal a lot of damage here. He might get this medic as well. Medic goes down, Numlocked goes down, and Infused, they are in dire straits right now. Full team's coming in, Uber's been popped. There's 1 soldier and 1 scout left. 1 scout trying to fight off an entire team of 6. Wasn't going to happen. Epsilon convincingly taking that 6th round.
Yeah, a case of a little bit of overextending there. Probably cost Infused that round there. They did get isolated.
It's just like Epsilon have almost like a voice comm or something that says just wait for it, wait for it. Okay, we can pounce on them now, and they all just snap and go at once. Right,
so round 7. Again, Epsilon seems to be slightly more aggressive this time, focusing down players. Numlocked and JoeyC down at the moment. Looks like Mike's got behind, so he's jumped all the way over to them and got behind. And Schocky goes down. This could be the turn of Infused to get this back. There's only KnOxXx and F2 up at the moment. KnOxXx is getting isolated at the moment. He's taken down an F2. The last one alive for the team on that middle area. And it's about time we saw Infused retake this middle area off the start of a round. And let's just see, again now, they have this Uber advantage. Let's just see if they make anything with it. I expect them to get Spy relatively easy. That's assuming Epsi don't contest this time, Arx.
Yeah, there is the demo man Sticky there, just buying some time really for his team. It'll be crucial that he doesn't go down here though. He is over on the balcony. Mike's actually peeking around the front door. There was a soldier waiting for him, but Epsilon losing 2 players, including their demo man. They might struggle to hold this, considering Infused do have their Uber as well. There's not going to be too much to force that, but they have pushed in. Demo man Sticky, and there was a soldier sitting up top in the point, and he's still dancing around in there. Scouts jumped over onto the point, unaware of that soldier. Pyro's also coming down. Maybe a nice deflect here could save him, but it's... well, that was a bit optimistic, I will admit. Round 7 goes in favour of Infused. 3-4.
Yeah, 3-4. The score's 6, just over 6 minutes remaining. So if you have just joined us, this is the Velociraptor Grand Final. It's been 2 months in the making, but we finally have it between Infused and Epsilon. This is VanillaTV bringing it to you, and it looks like Infused opting for the valley push this time. Mike going super aggressive all the way behind Epsilon already. I wonder if that's been called. Now it has. He's come round the corner. Soldier takes a rocket, but in the end, just didn't wait. Just needed slightly longer. Extreme and Waters go down because what it did do, turned the team around, as Arx pointed out earlier. Gear trying to be the most aggressive one of FC at the moment, and now they've lost 4 players. F2 has got away though. He is on his own, running back to the main entrance, and is rejoined by Schocky, so they can still rebuild that, well, keep building that Uber. So it might not be all lost for FC just yet, but right now, Infused looking quite strong, Arx.
Yeah, Mike's got like some Badlands GPS coordinate thing or something going on, because he's just jumping into random positions on that middle, which basically just forces them to turn around, and half the time he's not even getting dealt with because of that Epsilon playing reasonably passively at the start of a round. Now Epsilon's turn to pop the counter Uber. Medic gets juggled and taken down. We do have Numlocked trying to escape, but the rest of his team might struggle to get out here. Soldier gets taken down, Scout gets taken down. We do have Numlocked actually coming back in, and who's that soldier flying over? He's trying to do what he can. That was Hat. Didn't manage to find the medic, or, well, any players really, and Numlocked now running away for his life. Nope. He's jumping in round to see what he could do. Takes down F2. Epic play by Numlocked. That got a loud cheer on Source TV. And
wow.
That might keep him in this game.
Yeah, that was epic. That's amazing. I hope Boomeh got that. If not, we'll probably get it on Source TV afterwards, assume it's recording. But needless to say, I was just about to say, as he's falling back, I was going to ask you, would you go in or fall back? And my choice probably would have been go in. Just purely... Go on.
Yeah, from that position, I would have probably set up a sticky trap, walked to the back of the point, and just tried to stay alive. But Numlocked made the right call there. It would have been the wrong call if he had got the medic. It was the right call because he did. So that's how it works sometimes.
Pretty much. Fuse now coming through that choke point. So F2 did go down. So dunc does have quite a substantial advantage. Walter's floating about the house. He gets dealt with by Tompa in the end. And Epsi will looking to fall out at the moment. And Numlocked gets isolated by schocky. So Numlocked's down. So could Infuse... They're stuck in a house at the moment. They can't get out of that house. It's all falling apart for Infused on that push. Epsi didn't even really have their medic there. He was a bit delayed. And it's worked out well for them because they were just contesting it more. It's like that sort of the choice, you know, you'd be aggressive to, you know, the best defense is a good offense, you know what they say. And now Epsi trying to trap Infused in that trash can corner. Extreme throwing stickies out the back to try and stop any sort of like run back by dunc into the in an area. And it seems to be working well. Uber has been popped by Epsi and dunc as well. So both Ubers been popped by each teams. But Infused have fallen back finally inside.
Well, a couple of their players are being left out, and actually they've pushed the rest of them down. Dunc's fallen down to try and save his scout. He's actually going to be okay for the time being. That scout might actually deal a lot of damage because he is overhealed against quite a number of weak players. Let's just find out who that scout is. He's moving so fast I can't even follow him. It is Tompa. And actually, that pretty much did the job. They took down a lot of players. They've got both of their scouts alive, so they're going to be able to get a lot of time on this midpoint, assuming they can get in here. There is a medic and soldier still sitting there, and they are going to have Uber soon, so you'd like to think that Infused would get onto this point and start capping it before Epsilon can counter them, but it looks like there's not enough time.
Yeah, this is probably only the first few times we've seen so many players on mid. Epsi were in the better position, they were more grouped together. Infused were a little bit slow, and in the end it's going to cost probably Infused 5 of their players. It's only JoeyC up at the moment. I'm just trying to see where he is. He has gone Valley, see if that's been called. Soldier was there in house to meet him, see if he can come down to the medic. Knox turns around, rocket to the face, and JoeyC down. And Infused now in big trouble for this round. Epsi going to be pushing in quite quickly here, and I'd probably be surprised if they don't wait for that Uber. There is about 1 minute and 30 seconds left, so I'd expect them just to wait and make sure of it instead of wasting it.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Infused on that mid there. They, you could tell they had no idea that Epsilon had their Uber. They were just fighting them, confronting them head on, and then the Uber was popped, and at that point they just all went, oh crap, we're screwed. Now they're just pushing a load of players out, 1 minute 25 left on the clock. Pretty much they need to really just make a push here. Dunc is running crits, but it's not going to matter really. The Uber has been popped. Only 2 players alive. There is still a Demo Man sticking the point. Someone goes in to take the hit. Demo Man doesn't actually get killed by it either. Just sits up top. Numlocked actually nearly got him with a pill. Does get taken down, and well, Epsilon take that round. 1 minute remaining. Score 5-3.
Well, that does mean, well... Okay, so you have been listening to and watching VanillaTV. This is Velociraptor Grand Final between Infused and Epsilon. First map score was 5-3 in favour of Epsi, so that does mean we will be getting a second map, which will be Snakewater. I did notice the Source TV hadn't been changed, so we didn't see the end of the map, unless someone did change the level. I'm not sure. Everyone seemed to be flying around. But what did you think of that, Arx? What do you think? Epsi still looking pretty strong.
Yeah, Epsi look very strong indeed. Infused, you know, they're no weaklings that get up against them. They look very strong as well. I'm actually impressed at how close these teams are. They always seem to be neck and neck. One of them randomly pulls ahead for a little while and then it swaps again. It's an exciting battle at the top of TF2.
So on that point, at the top of Tier 2, we were speaking about I-46. I've forgotten what we were speaking about before that as well. We were talking about something, weren't we? So, discussion topic for everyone. Okay, so who would your EU team be? So if the Americans come across and they go, right, we're the best Americans, blah, 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 you know, we do the whole American versus rest of the world thing, which they usually lose at. So who would your EU team be?
Do you mean individual players or an existing team?
Yeah, no, sorry. All-Star, I should have said EU All-Star team.
It's difficult. I mean, you've got to go by form with certain players. I think there's some definite players that I'd want in there. Like I think I would want Mike running as a soldier, and I think I would have F2 as medic. Scouts are interchangeable, really. They I think Schocky would probably be there. I do think that he has huge potential to not so much carry a team of scouts, but I think yeah, he's just an amazing scout. Other soldier, it's tough, really. Help me out here.
I don't know. I couldn't decide. I was hoping you'd put some more ideas. I think I'd have Mike. Let's start with soldiers. Would you have maybe like KnOxXx? Or should we do all-time All-Star? Blimey. Would you have like Abomination or Way?
Oh, difficult. All-time soldiers.
All-time All-Star. Or okay, let's start with current while we wait for this map to start. Start with current. So you've got
Fragger.
Mike and you've got No, he's too good. We know that.
Oh, yeah. He'd
right.
be playing for
Okay,
the Americans.
so scouts. Go to scouts. Who would you have?
Current.
Yeah, current.
Okay, I would go with let's say Fishu and Schocky. I know that's Epsilon Infused, but I do think that Fishy's got a smart head on him, and I think Shocky's he can be unstoppable on his day.
Okay, and what about demo then?
Now that's tough. That's
yeah,
really
I know.
tough.
I thought this is the one I've been thinking about. I think it's really tough.
Josh.
Yeah, why not?
I think people haven't seen the best of him. That's Boomeh. Everyone would slate me for that, but I've seen him completely carry a team time and time again, and if he can keep his attitude in check and people, teammates have a bit of respect for him, then he could really outperform a lot of people. Not saying that he's anywhere near sort of a higher class than anyone else. I think he's just equal with them. You've got players like Numlocked. Numlocked's been playing, top level demo man forever now.
Would you have said Bite in his day?
Or what? Yeah, maybe. Or Himsy when he was playing demo.
Yeah, Himsy, yeah. Okay, so, right. We've got two soldiers, didn't we? No, we didn't really agree on two soldiers, did we?
I like someone's shout of Hawks.
Yeah, so do I. I didn't think about that, really.
Of course, we've got Cookye as scout. Definitely could get him in there.
Okay, so what about all-time All-Star then? Who would the medic be?
Medic
Same.
F2.
Yeah, same. I was thinking
And
same.
we're talking
If
Europeans here. If it
not,
wasn't
or what about
Europeans...
Sue? What about Sue?
Nah, I'm sorry. As much as I love Sue, F2's just... In terms of European medics, F2 is a league above everyone else. I've watched him play so much, and yeah, he's the second best medic in the world. Of all time.
First being?
I never tell anyone that one, but I have to disappoint. It's not an European medic. And
Well,
he doesn't play medic anymore.
Hardly.
No. Is that like the only American guy you know?
Oh, okay.
Okay, but all-star scouts, check this one out.
Stealthy.
I wasn't gonna say that. That guy got my medic pick right. On Source TV, Ruin. I never tell anyone that. A lot of people ask me who I think the best medic is in TF2, and I finally announced who my pick is. But yeah, scouts, Fodgy from Compagnet, and maybe Shintaz in recent years.
Oh yeah, maybe. That's really hard. Because... But what about Bibben? What about Messina? Well,
What
no,
about Pushin?
all credit to
Pushin
Messina.
back in those days? The scout you could never hit. He was playing for quite a while after that, and he wasn't great. But I'm on about in his prime. He was an annoying scout to play against. But then again, I think the skill levels just increased massively since then. Messina is a good one, definitely. Bibben, great scout.
Okay, soldiers. Come on. Abomination? Pocket?
No, I
In his day? Would you have Darn? Oh, Darn
Darn.
or Mike? Darn or
That's
Mike?
it. I'd go with Mike, to be honest. It's really difficult. I'd probably go with someone like Pumpu.
Oh yeah,
Or
that's really old school.
Hox is a shout.
Yeah.
I think the current level of EU soldiers is just much higher now than it was back in the day, whereas with the scouts it's kind of a bit debatable. I of course forgot Quad. Quad's someone who we...
And we forgot about Xerox as well.
Oh, yeah, Xerox was a beast at the time.
Yeah, he was. He was ridiculous.
There are so many good old scouts.
Yeah, we're like, wow. All-time demo man then.
I did like Himsy playing demo. It was a bit aggressive, but let me think. That's really tough. Rib. I think so. I think it might have to be him. In terms of consistency was what I was going to say. He's he was incredible in that department.
Right, I think we're nearly ready to go. I'm just going to flick back to IRC to see what's going on quick.
Sorry, I'm just eating a breadstick. I'm starving.
So, okay, Greg reckons Stefan, Cookye, Mike, Numlocked, Matnum, F2.
I do like... I don't know. I think you could interchange a lot of players and you'd still get a pretty similar result. You could even start talking map dependencies, like who's better on certain maps, and yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, right.
Greg's another scout to mention, by the way.
Yeah, we didn't mention you. There's so many people to mention, it's ridiculous. I don't know. I think we'd have to do an All-Star EU versus All-Star EU 2.
What, with a time machine so we can go back?
Yeah, why not? We'd do one of those, hold on a minute, everyone was doing their stats the other week, saying, you know, positioning 9.2, blah blah blah, whoever that was, I've forgotten. Why don't we just make a computer model based off that? Come on, someone good with computers, unlike me. Yeah, there is, we were saying there's too many people to mention. It could be ridiculous. What about as you need a scout sniper? So who would it be? Would you have yourself, Arx?
Nah, not consistent enough.
Right, I think. Sorry, hold that minute. I think we just heard them get ready. They are getting ready. So, as it lags, so this is vanilla.